Good morning, good people. Sorry, a little bit late. It was actually early because I did 20 minutes of yoga today. Instead of 10 stretching and 10 yoga, did a 20-minute yoga, basic beginner class. Don't be impressed. But because I didn't have to do 2 classes and this and that, I was about 5 minutes ahead. So always dangerous when you're ahead because you think you can slow down versus boom, boom, boom. So anyway, good morning. Today is Sunday, January 5th, 2025, 1/5/25. Good morning, buenos dias, what not a bevy. How are things in Fort Jacks today? So I had a really good day yesterday, a really good shoe. Starting off going to the outreach, the Oasis outreach. But before I get into that, let me just give the introduction of what we're doing here in the disclaimer. This is G.school, which is part of Career Services, which is designed to help our students and other interested people on their journey through this life, focusing on 4 areas: physical, breaking that down, fitness and health, what you take in, health and fitness, using your body to be successful. Good morning, Diana. So physical, mental, ABC, always be learning. A, always be, B, C, learning. Always be learning. Mental, boom. Autodidactic, always be learning. And we have to spend more time learning every day than ever before because things are changing so much. Third, so physical, mental, emotional. You have to control your emotions. These are kind of going up in order like this. Emotional, controlling your emotions. And the good news, bad news is, don't worry. If you can't control your emotions, don't worry about it. Somebody else will. And they'll probably what? What will they probably do? What, not a bevy or Diana? Someone else will control your emotions and they'll probably what? What do we say? Tick tock, tick tock. Right. Take you out of the game. Right. Both of you got it. Take you out of the game. I would say virtually everybody in prison got taken out of the game because they did not properly control their emotions. It could be that fear or greed sitting, boom, mic drop. Okay, so, and then the last thing, but the most important, moving up the ladder, is the spiritual side, because we do have it appears, the preponderance of evidence, it appears that we probably have a transcendent soul, or at least it's enough. The evidence is enough to warrant, to justify, to incentivize us to act as if we do have a transcendent soul. Because if we have a transcendent soul and we use it and we are prepared for it, it makes sense that we would get further along. What happens next should be impacted by what happens now. So the preponderance of the evidence is such that we should act as if we do have a transcendent soul. Because if we do have a transcendent soul and something does happen, and what happens is a function of how you behave now, the best possible outcome will arrive. If we act as if we have a transcendent soul, but we're really just atoms in the void, we haven't lost anything. In fact, we've still gained, because the people who will remember us in a better light. Now, if we don't have a transcendent soul and we don't act like we have a transcendent soul, in other words, la vida loca, we don't lose anything, because we are just atoms in the void. So there's no reason to do anything other than fear of getting caught. Just follow your whim. Okay. But the preponderance, I'm not going to say the preponderance, there's enough evidence out there indicating that we have a transcendent soul to warrant acting as if we have a transcendent soul. Because if we do, and we act as if we do, the outcome will be much better than if we don't act as if we have a transcendent soul. All right, so I know that was very complex, convoluted wording, but if you stuck with it, I think you got the message. So, G.school, Saturday and Sunday, the most important spiritual side, act as if you have a transcendent soul, and act as if how you behave today has an impact on what happens next. Boom, bang, bingo, bongo. Theme of today. What is our MIMO themo? Your echo chamber. Echo, echo, echo. Echo chamber. What does your echo chamber tell you? And what not a bevy? When are you going to show your potential boo-hoo the brighter, a better way video? I kind of did an experiment with that yesterday, bringing it up to someone, the life, bringing it up to the life. Call her the life, bringing it up to the life to get her reaction, and waiting for Nicole Tangway to get back on her idea. I can show him today. Oh, I'm with him right now. Wow, groovy. Hello, hello, hello. Echo. Correct. The echo chamber, your echo chamber, echo chamber. Okay, what else do we have on our hit parade? Okay, advice from an 80-year-old. Okay, who stole the advice? Okay, there it is. Begin each day with some of your favorite musica radical. Begin each day with some of your favorite music. Why? Who can tell me why? Why? Echo chamber. Why? Why? Mm-hmm. Waiting. Primes you for a good day with things we enjoy. Correct. How? How does it prime you for a day? Because you release good chemicals. Okay, better. You're both on the target, bracketing in on the bullseye. Okay, so the simple answer is we release neurochemicals, neurotransmitters and hormones that make us feel good. Right, oxytocin would be one of them, one of the prime ones. Of course, it depends upon the music. If you're hearing marching music or the Marine Corps anthem, things like that, you're going to release, right, serotonin. If it's kind of love music, violins, things like that, strings, piano, like what they play in the background, Rippy and not Rippy, is that his name? Anyway, there's a couple piano people that do music that they play during yoga. Not yoga, dopamine, right? So that's the more of the hard charging stuff, heavy metal type of thing, headbanger music. This is my mushroom-ish, like sort of, but not really coffee. And as I say, I like my coffee like my women. Awkward, awkward. Cringe. Sophie's saying cringe. Eek. Correct. White and cold. Okay. Right. I said that yesterday to somebody. It's amazing how people always fall for that. All right. Echo chamber, echo chamber. But before we get to that, let's quickly look at Seth Godin. It's another short one. Working with problems. Situations have no solutions. They're not problems. They're simply the way it is. Or, as they say in Martin Scorsese movies. It's what it is. It's what it is. Not it is what it is. It's what it is. It's not it is what it is. No, it's what it is. Okay. Usually that's before somebody gets whacked. Problems are distinguished by the fact that they have solutions. But that doesn't mean the solution is obvious, easy, or convenient. If the problem is important enough, we should pick the best available solution, not turn it into a situation. Correct. How are we doing for time? Time. It's such a runic rhyme. What does that mean? White and cold. That means it's the opposite of hot and black. That's how most people say. With the joke. I like my coffee like my women, hot and black. No offense. No offense to the coffee. Moving right along. Boy, this is going to get... Okay. Your echo chamber. What is your echo chamber and why is it dangerous? Why is it dangerous? No offense. Please forgive me. Why could your echo chamber be dangerous? What's the biggest creator of the echo chamber now? According to Yuval Harari, it is AI, it's the internet, where they have the algorithms that feed you more of the information that you like, because it will lead you to trouble. What does that mean? It only tells you what you know. Correct. You know. Right. So the echo chamber is just being around people like you and refusing to be around other people. You have to have the ability to observe, hear, participate in other opinions and views and not necessarily let them affect you. Right. So yesterday I had a good experience at the Oasis Outreach, a place that Ivel used to go to before he died. R.I.P. Ivel, heart attack in Nolans in the last year. I think not a bevy knew Ivel, right? He was a scoundrel. Anyway, Ivel would go there, and Matticus von Atticus would go to the Oasis occasionally, because it used to be right next door to the First Step Club before it moved. So I was first introduced to it by that, but I went there yesterday, and it's kind of an outreach that has something to do with a motorcycle club called the Tribe, a bunch of old guys, old guys. But they still show up in their leathers. They're 80 years old, white hair, long white hair. And they stumble in, bumble in. Well, yeah, okay. I rode my three-wheel motorcycle in. Well, this is called the Tribe. So anyway, it's a Seventh-day Adventist church. And it was very good. I would put it in my GPPM, my graduate school of what is the church of the future going to look like. They incorporated many of the things from that. Mainly, I think starting with the idea that it's very flat versus in a Catholic Mass, it's very vertical, right? You have the priest who has the ear of God, or he has his ear to God. God speaks to the priest can do transubstantiation, things like that. It's this way. So you have the priest, the deacon, altar boys, and then the people, right? It froze. Is it unfroze? But this was very horizontal. very flat, very flat. Everybody's sort of equal. Everybody has an opportunity to speak, prayer request, praise report, things like that. So it was very good. The doctrine is Old Testament is Daniel, New Testament is Revelation. They pretty much ping pong back and forth from these two things, which one could say totally misses the point of Jesus. We need to prepare for Revelation. The end times are very close. 2025 is when the end times will occur. Boom. Yes, it is unfrozen. Okay, so I don't get the point. I don't know Revelation enough. So this is getting out of my echo chamber into that, but that's its own echo chamber, and people reinforcing that they are on the right path. In fact, a video I watched last night that was sent to me by The Life was like they're here, and the other Protestant churches have gotten sucked into the Antichrist, which is the Catholic Church. The Pope is the Antichrist. The other churches have joined it, and they are now apostasy. What? Yeah. So it's like we million people in this country, the stats are not very good on it. And the reason would be simple, is that it really breaks it down to you, your salvation. End times are here. What are you doing? And then you start judging other people. What are they doing? I need to tell them they're not doing what they're supposed to do. They're being hypocrites. So the stats are, I would say the stats are a conclusion of the doctrine, which is end times are coming. Prepare, save yourself. The end times are coming. We need to focus on the end times. We need to focus on, I don't belong here. This isn't where I belong. I belong somewhere else. So this life sucks. And, but it's from the Bible. And all of the Bible is equally the same. So if John did this and he incorporated things that are red letter, but they're very outside of the Gospels. The red letter in Revelation is very different from the red letter in the Gospels. But it's divine, it's true, so you got that issue. And, I don't have a value judgment, I'm just saying that's how it is. That's how it is there, focus, but it creates an echo chamber, but then within the echo chamber, you start judging because it's about judging people. Are people ready for the end times? We need to get ready for, are you ready? Are they ready? No, they're not ready. And then you start focusing on other people around you. And so the stats are that there's a high, like 45% turnover or dropout rate. And only about 30% of people who claim to be Seventh-day Adventist actually participate to the level where they could say, yeah, I'm an active member. All right, beam me up, Scotty. Okay, so, but a great, fascinating thing. I think there's a lot of it that goes to the Church of Tomorrow, which is probably one of the main reasons they are so, that was very active, but not sustainable, because when you're judging other people and judging yourself, you tend to discard people. You write them off, right? They're not worthy. Anyway, echo chamber, look around. Phenomenology, right? Step outside yourself, look around. As Nancy Kane says regarding Lincoln, he was very good at looking at a problem. How does it look from here? How does it look from here? So be aware of the echo chamber. That fits into David Foster Wallace also, right? Okay, time is up. Boom, cut.